The compositing department at Sony Pictures Imageworks played a key role in defining the overall look of Spider-Man No Way Home. Our team of artists worked closely with filmmakers to help determine the final look of our villains, Electro and Sandman, while also spearheading the dramatic changes required throughout the third act's magical events, climatic battles, and progression of time. We utilize a deep compositing workflow for the final battle, which takes place in a large digital environment of Liberty Island. Additional matte painting and 2D elements were layered in throughout the sequence to ensure the systematic progression of destruction felt realistic. Our heroes and villains both required extensive CG costume replacement or augmentation throughout the final sequence, the most time-consuming and intricate work being the complete suit replacement of Tom Holland's Spider-Man costume. Every hand, foot, and body contact of Spider-Man was painstakingly adjusted to match Tom's practical performance.
A place that represents second chances.
In some cases, practical set locations were augmented digitally or portions completely replaced to help achieve the filmmaker's vision.
Connor, stop!
Other challenges came about later in production when practical photography simply wasn't possible, including a photoreal representation of Rockefeller Center in New York City during the holidays.
For the latest Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, our team was given the challenge of crafting a new, photoreal, digital hybrid Spider-Man suit. This new suit would replace the one that actor Tom Holland wore all throughout principal photography. Pairing the digital hybrid Spider-Man suit to the live-action Tom Holland plate photography required various in-house techniques across many departments in order to ensure the final look would hold up to scrutiny. To begin our process, soundstage plates of Tom Holland interacting with his friends were composited over a CG-destroyed Liberty Island environment. Matte painting set extensions were then added with post-destruction CG atmo and smoke. Tom's body was then removed and replaced with the new digital hybrid Spider-Man suit, which needed to interact with other characters and the digital environment. The final step was retaining all the original camera elements such as flares and interactive lighting which were present in the plate photography. It was critical to the filmmakers that the body of our digital hybrid Spider-Man suit accurately mimicked Tom Holland's subtle underlying muscle movements. It had to work seamlessly with stunt choreography and have the necessary photoreal look needed to match the plate photography. Seamlessly combining our digital hybrid Spider-Man suit to photography captured on set allowed for a unique character opportunity, something which couldn't have been captured on stage during principal photography.
The friendly neighborhood Spider-Man could really use some.
For the effect simulation work on Spider-Man No Way Home, the team at Sony Pictures Imageworks was given the challenge of destroying an entirely CG representation of Liberty Island. In our sequence, the Statue of Liberty monument is under renovation and is surrounded by a complex scaffolding structure and construction equipment. The final act of the movie showcases an epic battle which required the precise choreography of destruction for construction area and scaffold elements. To begin our process, LiDAR and detailed references allowed us to create highly accurate models, taking into consideration the various structural properties of building materials as well as their complex internal design. Such attention to detail played a key role for the destruction simulations and was vital in showcasing the much-needed visual complexity to create a realistic demolition. One of many challenges our FX team encountered was the sheer number of pieces of such structure which all had to physically interact with each other to create a realistic demolition. Our solution to this was optimization. Our team created a workflow that would simplify the heavy geometry and allow us to create multiple iterations within the reasonable time frame. Our newly crafted workflow allowed us to save upwards of 80% computation time and much needed valuable resources by applying simple matrix transformations on rigid pieces and computing deformation on elements that were crucial to the visual look needed in the shots. The final demolition was achieved by our team of dedicated Imageworks artists and their creative techniques across many departments, which ensured the realized look would hold up to viewers' scrutiny.
For the environment work on Spider-Man No Way Home, our team at Sony Pictures Imageworks was given the challenge of creating a photoreal representation of iconic Liberty Island. This environment would be the setting of the third act and final showdown between our heroes and villains. The build of Liberty Island was enormous in scope to allow filmmakers the freedom for their storytelling needs. Small sections of the environment were physically built on set for the actors to interact with, and portions of this practical set quickly became the style and material guide for our entire digital environment. To begin our process, we created a highly accurate representation of Liberty Island, the Statue of Liberty, all the island's architecture, shoreline, river expanse, and the distant city. Photographic reference, both historical and recent, detailed LiDAR scans, and satellite imagery were essential in helping us build out this location. From there, we added specific details needed to support our story, including a large construction yard, scaffolding, and workspace surrounding the Statue of Liberty since it was under renovation. The geometric build required extreme detail on all pieces throughout the model, since our characters would need to physically interact with these parts in both wide and close-up shots. Another key component when building a geometric environment this grand is to ensure it is built correctly with all the necessary complex internal structures. Attention to various material properties within the structures plays a critical role in the destruction simulations. This interaction between various building materials is vital in showcasing the much-needed visual complexity seen within the destruction scenes.